Once the summer residence of the Chinese Qing Emperor, Chengde is full of historical significance. Construction of the spacious and exquisite palace lasted almost throughout the 18th century. In 1792, this architectural masterpiece was finally completed. In addition to the spacious building, several monasteries and temples were also built, the 8 outer temples. Pule Si, the Temple of Universal Joy, is situated in the middle of the sanctuary's eastern section. It is similar to an older building in Beijing. Although a total of 11 temples were built between 1713 and 1780, to facilitate administration, they were formed into 8 groups. The 8 outer temples symbolize various Chinese ethnic groups. Those who were loyal to the emperor were duly honored within this temple area. Thus, numerous characteristic, cultural and traditional elements of various of the country's regions were incorporated into both art and architecture. The Temple of Universal Joy, Pule Si, and the relatively remote sanctuary of Shuxiang Si respectively represent the north and south of the Chinese Empire. The main administrative building within the Pule Si Temple is the circular Pavilion of the Dawn, Xuguang Ge. It is a replica of the Heaven Temple in Beijing. The original building in Beijing is considerably taller. It dates back to the year 1421 and for many years was closely associated with the power of the emperor. The Chinese sovereigns undertook ritual ceremonies, and thanks to the temperate climate, they enjoyed plentiful harvests. The summer residence of Chengde possesses a fine balance of both nature and architecture, reminiscent of its replica in Beijing. The Pavilion of Dawn and the Pule Si Temple each correspond to the traditional form and style of a classic Han monastery. Following a military and political victory in 1766, the Chinese Emperor Qianlong ordered construction of the beautiful main and secondary halls. In the middle of the 18th century, the rebellious Dzungar tribes in East Turkestan were successfully defeated. Thus, peace returned once more. construction of the temple also showed respect for the religion of the defeated country. After defining the border areas, and as China's acknowledgement for being the most important sovereignty, the Khalkhas and Kazakhs frequently sent their princes to Chengde. In spite of their indisputable beauty, and during the planning and construction of the 8 outer temples, it was agreed that these buildings would always be of less significance than the palace. However, the rich decorations and generous dimensions of the temple must have impressed all those important dignitaries who came here. Washing Bat Hill, to which there is a chairlift, is close to the settlement. It was meant to convey the idea of a heavenly column. The architecture of the Heaven Altar in Beijing was studied extensively several years before construction of the Pule Si Temple. In 1749, Emperor Qianlong ordered that the temple be extended. In Chengde, profound symbolism was also important. The location, extension and decoration of the buildings were designed to create a perfect harmony. For the emperors of the Qing dynasty, the 8 outer temples were an elegant way of retaining diplomatic relations with their provinces. Besides, the Manchu sovereigns felt obliged to maintain and protect the literature, art and architecture of the Chinese people. Although ethnically, the powerful Qing emperors Kang Si, Yongzheng and Qianlong did not originate from China, their souls were almost certainly Chinese. Under their rule, the vast country of China had experienced astonishing economical and cultural success during the course of a single century. Today, the artistic decorations and architecture of the temple and palace settlements of Chengde are still impressive references to a bygone epoch. In the 18th century, China had become the greatest and most prosperous empire in the world. The magnificent summer residence of the Qing Emperor and surrounding buildings such as the Pule Si Temple illustrate a glorious and remarkable demonstration of ultimate power.